Let's see. Is there a stag near Fog Canyon? Honestly, I don't really remember. If you want an easy way to find stagways that are hidden, I highly recommend just there's several like complete maps of the game, especially on Steam. If you want to figure out where anything is. Oh, we're here. I'd highly recommend looking it up. There's a lot of good information on this game. Like some Metroidvanias will like look something up and it's like totally dead because nobody cared about it. Hollow Knight, people cared about Hollow Knight. I was so I'm working on a thumbnail for Hollow Knight for obvious reasons because I didn't have one previously, especially not a good one. And so I was like, yeah, let's you know, look at some fan art, see what other people have done. And apparently there's at least a decently sized community comparatively of people drawing their own like bug sonas for Hollow Knight. I thought that was charming. Not terribly interested in doing it myself, and also the community has probably moved on considerably since. But it was neat, nonetheless. Ugh. Well, that kind of worked. Trying to kill these guys. I don't need to, but I really want to, because they deserve it. Okay, no, we definitely need something to get through there. Double jumps or probably the Mantis hook. Yeah, it looks like Mantis hook. Let me see. So we've done this. I guess I'm just gonna wander. We don't have a whole lot of geo yet. Ow. I don't have a whole lot of geo yet. Which puts me in a bit of a... I'm not gonna say in a bit of a bind. But like, I'm trying to level as much as possible early. And it looks like I must have hit some kind of scaling point because things got tough. Oops. Oh, that's fine. Do we just go back? We could go back to Queen Station, or we could just go straight down. Let's just go straight down. It doesn't really matter. Let's see, so what are the mods? I mean, really, it's just mainly Bonfire. I considered Lightbringer, but I think Lightbringer is a little bit too much of a, Lightbringer is a bit too drastic of a change for what I wanted to do. If I played Hollow Knight more consistently, I think I'd be more interested in doing stuff like Lightbringer, just because, you know, it would be interesting. Problem is just, like, I haven't played Hollow Knight in, like, 2 years, and I feel like if I got into, Lightbringer or... whatever it's called. The Shadow Dash focused one, I wouldn't learn how to play well. Like, it would change the gameplay experience too much, and I didn't want to do that as much. Ow. At least I can two-shot him with that. Oh, dang. I'm not gonna make that either. Alright, well, let's go this direction. I don't remember the strat for Mantis. I do remember if you beat their leadership, they leave you alone. I also feel like I could go full, like, magic mode and just wreck them all with ranged attacks. That'd be kind of amusing. Unfortunately, I don't have the requisite magic for this. For shooting those guys. Oh, did kill it. Alright. Wanderers seeking death, welcome. May you find swift end upon our claws. What's up, dude? Oh, well, that kind of worked. I don't remember if there's anything fancy about these guys. I don't think so. Let's see. Is there anything special about the Mantis Lords apart from be good at dodging? I don't think so. I'm pretty bad at dodging, though. I got better, apparently. Like, between my old series and now, I definitely did alright against the spitting what's-a-mahoozits. Which I don't remember being particularly good at that fight the first time I did it. One thing that I think I've always struggled with, especially in Hollow Knight, is the, is when to heal. That is such a integral part of this game. Whoa. Oh. I thought for a second I was on my last health, and I was like, why am I glowing blue? I have more HP than this. What is going on? Ow. I do wish there was a mod that would just straight up turn off contact damage. Contact damage is not my jam. What is the opposite of anything being a person's jam? Because it very much is not. No. Tang. Double tang. Okay. Pet peeve? Yeah, I guess. It's a pretty heavy pet peeve. I don't really appreciate contact damage in most games. Like, yeah, obviously if the enemy's all, like, spiky and nonsense, like, that makes perfect sense. But yeah, when they're like just a totally normal dude that isn't even attacking you at the moment, yeah, it doesn't feel as fair when I get hit by contact damage. Okay. Can I get a point into strength? I can get a point into strength, but it doesn't do much. Attack speed. I could put a point into intelligence. Or wisdom. Or honestly, we should probably just save, because the enemies are going to scale up. I'd like to level, but I'd like to get meaningful levels here as opposed to just levels for the sake of leveling. Though, int might not be a bad idea. Just so those spells do more. I just remember him playing Chasm and complaining the hell out of contact damage. It's because it was stupid. Like, a couple of the enemies, like, the only way they could hurt you was contact damage. It didn't make any sense. Like, you'd see, like, a dude, like a... oh, what is it? Like, just a basic archer. And the basic archer would be able to harm you just by existing, just by you bumping into them. And it bothered me to no end. Because, like, they weren't inconvenienced like I was. They weren't hurt by it. I don't remember if I can get to her, honestly. She's, like, up here. She's here, but I have to, like, dash up around her. Oh, this is where I have to go, but I have to smash through the... Is that where I have to go? I have to, like, smash through the floor. Maybe at the end. I think we'll come back to this one at a later date. Let's see. Well, do we go up? Probably. But, like, games like Sonic I can kind of understand contact damage in just because. And I'm not even sure if all of the enemies had contact damage. If anything, you had contact damage. The only problem with it is it was just a little inconsistent for Kid Me to, like, immediately understand. I forget that you can parry in this game. It's one of those mechanics that I haven't really used. Not nearly as much as I should. Let's see, that'd be interesting. A game where the bad guys and the player both have contact damage? I guess? Yeah. It'd be interesting to play a Sonic parody game. Sonic? Or just a parody game where, yeah, you have contact damage and nobody else does. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything fancy here. Slow. Ow. I guess I deserve that one. There we go. Kind of an awkward shot, but that's life. Maybe I should go get Dashmaster. Then again, we can always come back here later with the Mantis hook. Which, do we get the Mantis hook from the Mantis Lords, or... I thought we got the Mantis hook from another section. I honestly don't remember. Well, we certainly don't get it from here. Was there another way into this zone? I don't remember. Aha! You can't fight me in my ranged attacks. They're too strong for you. Oh, right. This entire thing just opens up the... Ow. This entire thing just opens up the floor. I remember now. I know what I'm doing. I know where I am. Yeah, still can't get that. Won't be able to get that for a while. But it's also one of those where, like, deferred backtracking is still useful. Get out of here. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, of course this is a Mantis Claw. Okay, well, sliding against a wall, jump again, jump from wall to wall to reach new areas. Heck yeah. Wall jump and double jump. I'm actually not sure which is my favorite. I want to say wall jump is probably my favorite. Double jump is nice, but, like, a good wall jump just makes moving around feel real fun. Whereas, like, double jump, it almost feels like, not a gimme, but, like, it feels like almost every platformer should have double jump, and if it doesn't, it feels weird. I think we actually want to go this way. Pleasant. Okay, so double jump only recharges when standing on the ground, right? Not from wall clings? I actually don't remember. Oh, wait, I didn't kill it? Ah, shoot. Yeah, I totally forgot to break the geo cluster. I was like, it's here. Yeah, what game had particularly bad, like, jumping mechanics and stuff? I mean, I guess Chasm kind of goes up in there. Chasm was just, like, underwhelming. It wasn't really bad. It was just, like, I wanted more from it, and I didn't get it. And that made me very sad. Oh, it's open. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. I actually have never played any of the Prince of Persia games. I'd like to, but I've just never felt particularly compelled. Oh. Whoops. Well... me to do that to him. Trying to feather these jumps so I don't end up, going face first into Spike Town. I love the fact that you can actually wall slide, too. Wall sliding is such an underrated thing as part of this. Mega Man. That's why I'm so, like, in love with wall jumps and stuff like that. Let's see. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time had some alright combat. I just want to play Sands of Time at some point because of the dumb time travel system. Like, to be totally honest, I think I'd prefer it if they actually made, like, a new Prince of Persia game someday. Just so I could, like, do more, like, dumb time hacks. For fun? I don't know. I like the idea of flinging myself off a cliff occasionally in video games. And I like it when it especially doesn't have a whole lot of consequences. Like when you can just say, yeah, no, let's go back a couple of seconds, and yeah, none of that happened. Feels good. Okay, here's where we're supposed to be going. All right. Phew. Their reach is way longer than I assume it is. I guess it's because they do the, like, little slide forward. I've always had trouble, like, figuring out their hitbox. Not a big deal. Just weird. Why? Dick. Okay. How do we get over to that guy? I think we keep going down, actually. Well, I'll fight them all evenly. Don't matter to me. Y'all got Geo? And I'll gladly accept it. Even if it's only a smidgel of Geo. I will take a smidgel of Geo. I think the first time I ever went through the Mantis town, it was much more of a, like... Oh, I don't want to say... Nope, 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 nope. We'll come back. We'll do that in a second. I think I'm gonna go back to that bench. I could just bench warp, or I could walk. Because I'm trying to hoard as much geo as possible, bench warping is significantly less desirable of a strategy. Which is not something I was originally expecting, to be totally honest. Oh, I'm gonna have to come from the other direction. This should pop me out on the right side. Yeah. Oh. Hello again. I suppose you've already met with the tribe in this village, hmm? They seem a little distrustful of strangers, to put it lightly. They're not brutes, though. No. The sickness in the air that clouds the mind of the lesser beasts, they resist it. They retain their intellect and honor, though also their lethal traditions. I have some words of advice, my friend. If you plan to challenge the lords of this tribe, your blunted nail may prove inadequate. There's a city nearby, the old capital of Hollownest. I've heard a nailsmith resides there. Seek out the old bug, and you may find progress that much easier. Yeah, let's do that, especially now that we've got the, now that we've got the claw. Because I remember the, Ow. I remember the Mantis Lords being tough. They might actually not be that big of a deal, honestly. But let's go upgrade the nail anyway, because it improves my strength scaling fairly dramatically, if I recall. I think it only goes up by 1, but it's still a boost. Let's see, do we level? I could put 2 into strength, a couple into wisdom. Spell damage might not be bad. Or we could get an extra 10%, 3% crit and 10% geo increase. For now, let's just go nail damage. Because that'll pay for itself in spades. Oh, I never went up from the Mantis village. Whatever, we'll have that opportunity at a later date, no problem. Whee. Okay. Now, in retrospect, we might actually be able to go save What's-Her-Face. But, Okay, so... yeah, it's just up and over. I know where I'm going, kind of, sort of. And yeah, we want to kill as many of these guys as possible. They're not to the extent, they're not nearly as valuable as, say, the big hammermen are. But the big hammermen don't spawn constantly, so it's not really... I'm not gonna say it's not worth my time. It's worth my time no matter what, but it's like, I'd love to farm the big hammermen. No dice. You made the mistake of standing far away from me. It was a foolish maneuver. Did they not teach you better in Mantis Combat School? Apparently not. There we go. Let's see, save the bug girl wander before the ghost of Zote gets to her. I'm fairly certain you're pulling my leg. The idea of the ghost of Zote rescuing anyone is just hilarious. And extremely unlikely. Okay, so, nope. Probably don't want to wait for that. Okay. So we've got the area over on the left that I could go to. I'm gonna stretch my wrist out a little bit. Yeah, so don't remember the leveling in the game. Since when is that in there? Mod. I don't know if I answered that. I might have? But yeah, I've got... This is a modded run. There aren't that many mods for this game, but the leveling mod itself is amazing. That little amount of customization makes a fairly sizable difference, honestly. Okay. I forgot about this route. This route sucks. At least there's plenty. And yes, I do have the Hunter's Journal. I'm pretty thorough. I'm not like 100% thorough. But I'm pretty thorough about what I do. Man, the thorn knots here. I've never like stopped to really look at them, but man, they were rendered really well. Damn it. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm making a thumbnail for this series. And I've been looking at Hollow Knight for a lot of reference. Oh, do we not have the city key? Oh, city crest. Yes. Where the heck do you get the city crest from? Since when have I had that? Where did I get that? Also, we're locked in. I forgot we're locked in. Not a big deal. But yeah, we're locked in. Let's see. So did something happen with the face cam? Why don't you have it on? So I like face cam and I don't like face cam that much. So a lot of it has to do with the fact that, one, I'm not sitting in frame. You know how you usually see like Markiplier right nice in the middle of the camera, so on and so forth. Since I'm much more of an endurance guy, you know, I will game for like 7 hours a night. The idea of having to sit for all 7 hours directly in focus doesn't appeal much. Because more or less I have to sit up in the exact same spot forever. And I don't really like that. So instead, I love this song. Instead, I'm slouching really hard in my chair. And being hella casual as part of all of it. Let's see, why not get a wide lens? Because I'm slouching low. I mean, there's more to it than that. I don't like having to make sure that I'm, like, camera-worthy all the time. This week, especially, I had, like, a pretty bad... I mean, this is kind of gross, but, like, several frustrating bits of acne that wouldn't go away so my forehead doesn't look so hot. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay looking on a face cam, but you know what? I'm equally fine just not having one. Outside of stuff like, oh, what's a good example? Dead Space 2. You know, for stuff where my reaction is important. More important sometimes than exactly what's going on in the game. Maybe, maybe not. You know, that's where I can really justify stuff like face cam. Because that makes sense. The great gates have been sealed. None shall enter, none shall leave. So yeah, that's where facecam is. It's also kind of a pain in the ass. Like, having to... Oh, him again. How would she actually talk where we sat? The capital lies before us, my friend. What a somber place it seems, and one that holds the answers to many a mystery. I too have felt the pull of this place, though now I sit before it, I find myself hesitant to descend. I wonder, is it fear I wonder, or something else that holds me back? The city looks to be built into an enormous cavern, and the rain pours down from the cracks in the stone above. There must be a lot of water up there somewhere, I suppose. If the cave roof stayed strong this long, it should hold for us. Before I leave this kingdom, I'd like to see where all that water comes from. What a sight it must be. Oh. If you look down from here, through the rain, you can just make out those twisted sentries, their hulks, still stuck in endless patrol. I'd be cautious around them, my short friend. Their timing will not have been forgotten. The city presents some formidable foes. Isn't this a wonderful spot for a rest? I so love the sound of rain upon glass. So his thing about the lake, wanting to see it before he leaves this kingdom, is particularly poignant. I like that. I mean, it's sad, and y'all will... Some of you might know. I mean, it's probably obvious based on my reaction. But still, sorry. That's... Sorry. Is this just a geocache? Yeah, it's just a geocache. I was watching, Jazz and Rick play GeoGuess earlier. Looked fun, actually. I've never done it before. Maybe I'll do it with Shell at some point. It's just kind of a nice, relaxy thing. Okay. Anything else over here? Nah. If I remember right, there's several, like, notable things up high on these. in these areas, but I don't entirely remember. Not this guy. Let's see. Now that's... I guess we already have a bench in the area. If I remember right, I can go up and find a thing? I don't know. Okay, so we want to go up there. Yeah, there's the thing. I think I missed this the first time around. Oh, resisted it. Sweet. There we go. Okay, so do not have a map of this area. You know, I keep forgetting that. Probably best to just go down. I can go into the tower, but I wanted to check this area out if I remember right. Yeah, Nailsmith's this way. I don't know if I can do anything else. Oh yeah, that's the other mod that I've got rolling right now. Health bars. That is a particularly notable mod, as you can see. I know a number of people have said they're not terribly excited about seeing them, but personally, I like it. It means I don't have to worry about overestimating stuff. Boss health bars, so on and so forth. Less guessing, kind of knowing. So there's also the thing. Technically, this is bad racer mentality. But when I was in high school, I was in cross country. And one thing that everybody would always do is start sprinting at the finish line. And technically, you should never, ever sprint towards the finish line. You should always, you know, be running your more or less absolute best the entire race and not have enough energy to sprint at the finish line. But most people are you know, kind of conserve energy just because and sprint for it. And so I kind of prefer that in boss games where you can actually see the life bar. You know, it's like, oh yeah, no, at this point I can just blitz him because I got more HP than he does and I can kill him before he kills me. I do wish that they were smaller or almost like just in the top right corner of the screen, because as they currently are, eh.
Have you brought me another nail to be honed? Leave it on the ground and return later, if you're still breathing. Oh, I thought you were somebody else. After a nailsmith, are you? Well, you found one. Not much for talk, but if it's a nail that needs repair, then you've come to the right place. Your nail is in quite a sorry state. Obviously not one of mine. Still, anything can be refined, with enough effort and skill. Even that broken blade. If you'd like, I can reforge your nail. It'll make that blade far more deadly. Pay to strengthen nail? Yes. As you wish. I'll get to work on them. There we go. The reforging is complete. I've honed your nail's edge. You'll find it much stronger than it used to be. Head out there and test its strength against your foes. You're still there. Something else you want? If you bring me a piece of pale ore, I can forge it into your nail and make it stronger still. Okay, so that's the extent of it. Yeah, I like it when they're on the bottom. The boss health bars are on the bottom. The enemy health bars are just a little bit large for what they are. But, I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It also, to be totally honest, it makes it a little bit easier to keep track of some of the enemies. Sometimes I kind of lose them in the chaos, because there's a lot of special effects, and you can kind of get lost in it.